Hey, Mary, outside across the fucking road.
We're going on our holidays.
So we're in Barranquilla, down on the Caribbean coast, outside this lovely white church here. So we're going to take a little wander into the Centro Histórico. It's obviously ridiculously hot, and in a couple of days we're going to be going to, or is that tomorrow we're going to Cartagena, isn't it?
Yes, tomorrow.
So we're going to Cartagena tomorrow, which is like another really beautiful city on the Caribbean coast, but it's kind of famous for being one of the first places the Spanish settled. But Barranquilla is kind of different in that the Spanish never really settled here. So all these buildings that look like they could be Spanish aren't.
That's similar to San Rafael.
Yeah, similar to San Rafael. Different cultures here because it's obviously down on the coast. I can't remember what the indigenous people were called. Loads of like African slaves came here, African immigrants. I think that's why they've got the famous Carnaval thing as well. So we've got one of the most famous carnivals here in the world. It actually happens in February, so we're obviously not going to hear for it. It's January right now. But we can go to the museum, and hopefully there's still people drinking on the street and stuff, because that's us on the weekend now.
It's the weekend. Your weekend started yesterday.
Yeah, my weekend started yesterday, so I was a little bit rough this morning. Ella was working. I went for a surf down in the Caribbean, which I didn't even know was possible. It was pretty good. I'll put the link in the description.
The Caribbean.
Nice little powerful waves, but like small and sandy beaches. All the other beaches I've surfed at, I hit rocks when I fall, so that was pretty nice.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that actually. That's
complete golden sand and roasting hot water. So yeah, that was good. But yeah, we're going to walk into Centro Histórico. It looks like beautiful. It looks quite like Cuban-y, like all the colourful buildings and loads of street food and stuff apparently.
Sick man.
Perfect meal when it's 35 degrees.
It's ridiculous. It's too tasty though. Smells good.
Looks good, man. So we've got some mojarra fish. Barranquilla, Colombia. Heat, traffic, music, river air, and constant movement. It hits you all at once. This is Colombia's Golden Gate to the Caribbean, also known as La Puerta de Oro, shaped by its position between the Magdalena River and the Caribbean Ocean. This geography turned Barranquilla into a commercial and cultural hub early on in its history, pulling in people, goods, and ideas from across the region. Although this Colombian city was not actually ever formally kind of colonized by the Spanish, so it's got quite a different feel compared to Cartagena, for example. From the Luna Wheel, you see a flat port city built around circulation rather than landmarks. Down in the centre, that energy condenses into noise, crowds, and heat. And at the Carnaval Museum, the story comes together, a city defined by mixing African, indigenous, European influences, producing traditions, music, and figures like Shakira, who came out of this exact environment. What's up, brother?
She's got that chunk cutter as well.
So yeah, Magdalena River. So this river is also known as the Golden Gate because it connects South America to the Caribbean and to the Atlantic. So it's basically a big river that goes through Colombia and then finishes at the sea where I was earlier. La Puerta de Oro. You hear so many bugs in these fucking...
Oh my god, yeah. Snakes?
Yeah, there'll be snakes there for sure. Barcelona, it's the Sagrada Familia. Here at Shakira's big very good.
Hips don't lie.
We've got Barranquilla's version of the London Eye. I think it's called La Luna. It looks pretty high tech actually. It's got a little enclosed thing, so yeah, it's big. It looks fun. So Luna del Rio, what it's called.
Yeah, Luna.
Like what? £3 each.
Yeah, probably bang on, really.
City over there. That must be like the financial district bit, all the big fancy buildings. And then right up that river, you'll eventually get to the ocean. A river, and then that whole thing's called like the Malecon, right? It's the word for like a big walk, right?
Christ.
Nice, yeah, there's like football pitches, volleyball, park, you just play on for free, and then
Bars.
Bars. Sound like turned off. We're almost at the top here. Yeah, I'm feeling a bit shaky. It's starting to get a little shaky. It's just so slow. A lot of the other ones, like the one in Gdansk, is very. It's over with quick.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. I can see this city, great view of the city now. Castanita. Very nice, cool little bottles.
Very good. So, bolo.
I think it was 2 L's, wasn't it? Oh my god, what is that? It reminds me of something. What is that?
It's kind of like potato, isn't it?
Yeah, but like it reminds me of something now. And then we've got pork as well, cerdo.
I don't know what that is. Oh, yeah.
Plantain and ties.
That is good. Green. Frozen yogurt.
Free dessert. What?
Hey, baby, I take across the fucking road, me.
Yeah, they're not.
Lovely little bar called the supermarket.
It's called Oxo. And a happy new year. Merry Christmas, everybody. We're at the Carnival Museum. Big croc. There you go. That's all it says.
Carnaval todo el año. Yeah, but it's the same people who do the Carnaval, run the museum.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can't go to the Carnaval next month, so we're going to go and learn a bit about the history of it. I don't know much about it actually.
Yeah, I don't know none.
I think they're basically just discussing all the origins. So they're talking about ancient Egypt and ancient Rome roots here for why they celebrate with like bulls and stuff like that. This is Christian origin here. It's talking about this thing from France, where they started wearing masks, the posh people, to protect themselves from stuff that was thrown during the feast. So I think that's where the origin of the mask comes from.
Look, he hasn't got one.
Yeah, I don't know where the nose comes from yet. So the opera ball in Paris, and they started allowing cross-dressing. And only the women of bourgeoisies were the only ones discouraged from attending, so everyone was starting to attend these ones rather than just rich people.
So in Paris, it was becoming like the upper class people didn't really want to be involved in it because it was like savage and obscene, apparently.
Yeah. Sexual liberty, cross-dressing, all this kind of stuff.
But then some of the more upper class people still wanted to go, but they would disguise themselves so that they couldn't be, they couldn't know who they were.
So this is like early 19th century we're talking about here. A few UNESCO World Heritage cities where you're not allowed to build certain types of buildings and stuff, but there's carnivals, a UNESCO proclaimed carnival, whatever that means. It must just mean it's a very big deal. The Colombian specifics here finally.
Yeah, so maybe you're supposed to go around.
Yeah. Spanish and Portuguese colonialization, the carnivals arrived in America in 15th century in Puerto Rico. And then since the 16th century, the Colombian Caribbean been going on. It's very early, isn't it? There's obviously a bunch of European immigrants in Barranquilla as well, where the Spanish weren't really settled as much, or the empire, but a lot of slaves from Africa as well, and they would dance. There's one from February 2nd in the 16th century, I think. Product of the Spaniards meeting with the native Indians, meeting with the indigenous people, and meeting with the Africans, the enslaved Africans. For the crazy African meat month. Okay, Las Reinas, so it must be like the Casara style thing, right? Like someone's named Queen and they wear this shit.
Look at that one. She must be the Uber Queen or something.
No, it's just the different years, man.
I wonder if we get to choose them.
20,000 cop, £4 each.
Yeah, ish.
So yeah, we're leaving Barranquilla now and going to Cartagena.
Yeah, we're on the bus. We were meant to be getting a bus with a company called Unitransco, but this morning when we were trying to find where to go to get it, you would notice loads of terrible reviews. It had like 1 star on Google reviews. So then we were gonna go and do it anyways, and then when we got in the taxi driver was like, "Why are you going out to this bus station?"
By the way, the reviews also said that like they would be like consistently 5 hours late. There was cockroaches and stuff.
Yeah, lied about the reason I booked it was because it said there was a toilet on it, which this one, the one when they were on, doesn't.
The reviews said they were lying about it. Yeah.
They lied. So we got in the taxi driver was like, "Why are you going out here? What company are you going with?" And we said, and he was like, "Oh dear."
Yeah,
like,
as if it was like dangerous.
Yeah, he was like, "I really wouldn't recommend you go and do that. Like, there's companies closer to here that go. They're way quicker. Like, they're actually on time. They're cooler. They're better.
Cooler in terms of temperature.
Yeah, no, they're sick, man." And then so he took us there, and now we're on the bus. But we just booked it. So that when I booked the bus, the other one, it was like 25,000, which is like a $5 each. So, and it had a bathroom, so that's why I booked it. But this one was like 45,000. We literally got to the bus station, asked for a ticket, and got on the bus like 5 minutes later. So, yeah, I would recommend just doing that if you're in Barranquilla trying to get to Cartagena.
Well,
We have arrived. Only took an hour and 45 minutes. So, would definitely recommend doing this bus. So we traveled with a company called Berliner Stur, I think. Great. It's only an hour and 45 minutes. Pretty comfy.